This was a day in which there were two different kinds of things happening. The speech, what was happening on the ellipse, we knew might be a collecting opportunity. What we didn't anticipate was the Capitol being a collecting opportunity.
The other event that really stood in my mind as a military historian was when President, but then General Dwight David Eisenhower, first visited a concentration camp in Germany. And he had heard about them, but he hadn't seen one. And this is April of 1945, and he goes into the camp, he sees the scene before him, and he makes the decision right then and there, document everything, save everything, because people will deny this happened. And people need to know what happened, and seeing is believing. And that kind of mindset stayed with me all through the evening as I was talking to my wife and saying, honey, can I go do this? I'll be safe, please let me go do it. And kind of pulling together the bits and pieces, even making like mental snapshots of the kind of objects or the kind of material I want to keep an eye out for the following morning. And also a fervent hope that I would not oversleep and forget to go out there before it was all gone. So when I saw the crews out there, I went over to several of them and kind of showed them my Smithsonian ID, saying, if you find any signs, could you put them aside for me? And a handful of individuals kind of walked up to me and with their long tongs and kind of handed me a sign. Thank you. Put them in my vehicle. At that point, I figured, well, I better move quickly. So I would tend to kind of skim over what I'm looking at, and anything that related to COVID-19, the word Trump, anything related to the election. I think Stop the Steal was the kind of rally cry. Anything of that nature I would grab. It's really iconic because you have the name of the event, but you have this interesting phrase beneath it that links multiple events in history. And so there's a contextual value to it. And when I saw it, I said, hell or high water, I'm getting my hands on that, because it really pops as an artifact. Going through the trash, you pick up clues about the folks who attended the event. And I'm not singling out one person, I'm saying as a collective. And one of the things that I found really interesting, huge amounts of empty liquor bottles, a lot of empty cigarette packs, cartons in some cases, and a lot of caffeine or coffee cups. So what you get out of this is there's a lot of stimulants of sorts in use among the folks who attended that event. But I've been very frustrated with myself that I perhaps didn't do enough and I didn't collect enough, particularly after reading news stories today that already people are trying to change the message of what this event was and what happened. And it does reinforce my belief that we had to collect it, we had to document it, so that there's physical evidence to show this was not something of imagination, this is not a hoax, this is real. This did occur here in the United States, here in our nation's capital, by our fellow citizens.